My neighbor kept parking in my driveway. So I parked behind him and went of town, by user current elderberries. My neighbor's been parking in my driveway for months. I've asked him not to a bunch of times, but he always goes it's just for a sec and shrugs it off. Came home last Friday and yep, there he was again. Only things was, I was heading out of town for the weekend. So I pulled in behind him, locked up, grabbed my stuff and left. Couple hours later I had a bunch of missed calls and a text like dude WTF. But I didn't answer it. Hope he had a relaxing weekend to think things through. TSSSKKKKKKKKKKKKK. I was the only one cleaning the bathroom. So I stopped using it too, by user unhappy_at_4184. I live with 2 roommates and for some reason I was always the one cleaning our shared bathroom. Toilet, mirror, sink, drain, all of it. Got sick of it so I stopped. Not just cleaning, I also stopped using it. Started showering at the gym, brushing my teeth in the kitchen, and using the bathroom at work or this coffee shop down the street. I work long hours anyway so it wasn't that hard to avoid. 2 weeks go by and the place is nasty. Moldy curtain, toothpaste crust, hair everywhere. Finally one of them goes, dude, can you clean the bathroom? It's disgusting. I just said, oh, I thought we were taking turns, I haven't even used it. Awkward silence. Then they cleaned it. Now they actually kinda keep up with it. Not perfect but whatever. At least I don't feel like I need gloves just to pee anymore. Turns out cleaning a swamp sucks way more when you're the only one stuck in it. My coworker kept stealing my pens. So I started refilling them with glitter ink, by username_scallion2394. I work in this pretty chill office, but for whatever reason my pens kept missing, not like, all my pens. Just mine, the ones I actually liked using. I kinda had a feeling who it was but didn't wanna cause drama. Then one day I saw her using my purple gel pen during a meeting. I said something like, hey, I think that's mine, and she just laughed and went, oops, lol, didn't even notice. So I ordered some cheap refillable pens and swapped the ink for glitter gel. They looked normal when you wrote with them but dried all sparkly and ridiculous. Next meeting she's writing away and someone goes, why does your notebook look like a birthday card? She just started at it like it betrayed her soul. My pens haven't gone missing since. No apology or anything, just awkward silence. Honestly? I'll take it. Owner fired my dad, then came asking for work. Denied, by user Wilet. Back in 1997, my stepdad was the operations manager at a company that did telecommunications work. He hired me to work at the company for the summer, but I ended up enjoying the work and made a career out of it. About 4 months into my employment at the company, the owner and my stepdad had a disagreement over something very trivial and the owner fired my dad. Since he's my stepdad, we have different last names, and I didn't feel like I would get caught up in this issue. I had my own issues with this company as well. Mostly not being paid correctly and being denied benefits promised. Ended up working for another 18 months for the company before I left to work for a major telecommunications provider that we had done some work for. At the new company, I eventually took a position where I was responsible for hiring contractors, much like the company my dad and I worked for, to do construction. One day I got a call out of the blue from the owner of the contractor company. He wanted to see if he could get on my list of approved contractors and was hoping we could discuss it over lunch. Typically a project of this type would be a $75K $200K project, and I would do 20 to 30 projects per year, so it could be a lucrative source of revenue for them. I agreed to a lunch date with the owner at a fancy restaurant I always wanted to try. His pitch consisted of telling me what his company was capable of, how he valued his employees and took good care of them. He mentioned the list of other companies he's done work for and the quality of the work. I mentioned that I used to work for his company and he clearly didn't remember my name. I also asked if he remembered the guy who hired me, and he said he did. When I mentioned he was my stepdad, the look of panic in his eyes set in. He clearly remembered my stepdad. I closed out the lunch meeting with a thank you for the food and an apology that my contractor list was full of more capable contractors, but would keep him in mind if something were to change. Never heard back from him again. He ghosted me when I needed info. So I ghosted him when he needed a job, by user filthy_mug. Some time ago, I reached out to someone working at a company I was interested in, just to ask about the work culture. He'd leave me on scene, or respond with one word, vague replies like yes or okay. Clearly not interested in helping. Fast forward a few months, I saw he was now on the job hunt. So I messaged him again with a casual hi. Predictably, he ignored it. A day later, I followed up with, "I see you're leaving X company, I might have an opening." Boom, instant reply. Full of enthusiasm. Suddenly, he's writing long messages answering my previous questions and being oh so helpful. So I did the only logical thing. I blocked him. Immediately. This was the most petty thing I did my whole life and it felt great. Edit, whoa. Didn't expect it to blow up. Few people have made wild assumptions, so I'll just point out some facts. He was a senior in my college, we had a hi/hello nod now and then but weren't close enough to exchange conversations. It happened on LinkedIn when he posted I'm open to new opportunities. He is not unemployed, I'm not so heartless to mock a jobless candidate. For people defending him, I understand. But tell me what exactly changed when I texted him that I might have an opening which made him reply instantly with explanations for my earlier unaddressed queries?